Long ago, Aristotle said that man is by nature a social animal. A man has several needs, and for the fulfillment of those needs, he needs people or several kinds of relationships around him throughout his life. We can say that for the fulfillment of a man's physical, mental, and emotional needs, he needs other people around him, or we can say that he ultimately dependent upon the society. For example, when a child takes birth on this earth, he is all alone, he does not know anyone. He is a dependent being. He learns everything from the people around him, that is the family, which is the part of society. He gets his nurture, he gets the learning about the society, he learns the culture, the norms, everything through his family or through the small society around him. Similarly, if a person needs education, he needs the help of a teacher. If he needs to have food, shelter, clothing, he needs the help of other persons who can provide these things to him. So, in this way, whether it is a child or an adult, and we can say up till death, a person requires the help of other human beings and various kinds of social relationships for the fulfillment of his variety of needs. So, we can say that man is by nature a social animal, and in some way or the other, he is dependent upon society. Society is not something which is accidentally added or has been forced or superimposed on an individual. It is which comes naturally, which comes spontaneously to an individual. As a person cannot live alone, he needs company of other people around him, and for his development, he needs to share a common life with his fellow human beings. We can also say that though individual or man is a product of society, yet there are situations or conditions where a person's personality conflicts, or there comes a rift between the social situation and the personality of an individual. Now, this rift or this opposition between the product and between the society, or between the man and the society, creates some kind of tensions or conflicts in the society as well. For example, we can see there's a lot of crime, there is terrorism, there is juvenile delinquency which exists in society. So, this conflict or tension leads to the deterioration of the social system. So, ultimately or concludingly, it can be said that both individual and society are complementary and supplementary to each other. And so, for their existence, growth, and survival, both depend on each other. So, this is how society is a topic which is very important to a man or an individual like us, and an individual is also important to the society. Hello, this is Dr. Shraddha Sharma, Assistant Professor from AMITY Institute of Social Sciences, and I'm here to teach you the topic Introduction to Society. Now, the first unit which I'm going to teach covers the topics like the concept and characteristics of society, community, association, and organization. Let's start with the concept of society. What is society? Society, as taken in common parlance, as a group of people. Mostly people say that this is a society of Hindus or that is the society of Muslims. People often consider a group or a collection of people as society. But being a student of social science, if we see the concept or the topic from scientific point of view or sociological point of view, we can say that society is actually a network of social relationships. As we discussed that society or social relationships occupies prime importance in the life of an individual. So we can say that this society is a network or is composed of the web of social relationships which exists between the individuals. Now these social relationships are bound by certain customs, values and norms existing in the society. For example, there are various kinds of relationship in which one individual has to live. Like I myself is a person who is a daughter, who is a wife, who is also an employee to an institution and who might also become mother at some point of time. So in all my relationships, I have to behave in a particular way, and that is actually decided by the customs and norms of the society. For example, the way I behave in my office with my colleagues as well as my boss is different to the behavior which I have with my family mates or with my life partner. Similarly, if I'm a daughter and I'm talking to my parent, that will differ from the way I'll talk to my friends. So different kind of behavior in different kind of relationships are determined by these customs and norms. So ultimately we can say that society is a system of social relationships which is bound by certain customs and norms existing in this social system. Now, if we go deep into the definition of social relationship, what is this social relationship? How can it be defined? We can say that social relationships are a kind of meaningful behavior between two or more individuals, and which is often done for the fulfillment of a particular need. Now, how these relationships are formed? For the formation of social relationships, there should be two or more individuals. There should be some kind of need to either of them or both of them or several of them. There should be contact and interaction between these individuals. Then only the relationships will be formed. When a person has some need, he comes into contact with other persons in the society. He comes into interaction in order to fulfill that need, and through that interaction, when he is able to influence the other individual and the other individual influences this person, and when this process continues for a long time, then it leads to the formation of social relationships between individuals. So this is how various kinds of relationships are formed and exist in society.